And we'll add this meditation based on the gospel lesson that is written by Jan Such Picard, The Vine. Close your eyes and imagine you are a plant, not any plant, a particular kind, a climbing, clinging plant grown against a wall, the sunny wall of a house in a hot country. But it is a country where you are at home and you grow well. You have been planted here by the owner of the house because you will grow well and because you will give welcome shade. So a trellis has been built, a framework of weathered wood, and you have sent out your tendrils onto the trellis, taken hold and are growing there too, your luxuriant leaves shading the terrace underneath and the benches where people can sit in the heat of the day. You have been here a long time. Your main stem is old and gnarled, rough to the touch but beautiful in its own way. Your roots are deep. Feel them going down into the earth, unseen but still as much part of you as the leaves that dance in the breeze. Feel your roots sinking, seeking water down deep, drawing nourishment into your whole being. Feel your leaves draw energy from the sun and turn it in their cells into strength for the whole of you. Feel your tendrils alive, sensitively seeking new directions in which you can grow, and holding on to rough stone and warm wood so that the wind does not damage you. Feel your fruits forming, filling out, becoming juicy, delicious, nourishing. Feel how each part of you is connected and draws strength from the other parts. Feel joy in being the healthy, fruitful plant that God made you to be. People are coming down the track, a group of people talking. They come to the house, stop on the terrace. Someone from the house brings them cool drinks. They sit in your shade, talking. Mostly they are listening to one man who seems to be explaining something to them. They looked puzzled. Suddenly he reaches out, touches your stem, gestures to your leaves and fruit, and says, "I am the vine." Jesus' teachings are remembered, passed on through word pictures. I am the vine. You are the branches. Remain in me, and I in you. We are taken, transported to the scene. These words are part of Jesus' farewell discourse. They're shared to give comfort and strength to the disciples then and now, as he is betrayed. No doubt, Jesus hoped his words might return to them, to us, in the days following his death, reminding them that he remained with them, was connected to them as a vine to its branches. The lifespan of a well-tended grapevine outlasts generations of people. Love one another as I have loved you. In order to love, you'll have to abide in my love. I will dwell in you as you remain in me. Thus, for this Mental Health Sunday, I went into my pastoral care and funeral files to connect with the many losses in life, losses within the actual deaths of people that were being mourned and remembered, Many experiences are with me. Many experiences of holy moments, holy ground, broken hearts, fractured minds, fervent prayers for comfort, for release, for strength, for the mental, emotional, spiritual well-being of those who desperately need assurance, something to hold to. My love will not leave you. Please, no matter what, don't stop loving. Abide in my love and bear the fruits of love. You are beloved. Love, and reach out in love, reach out for love with every beat of your broken hearts. Jesus continues to speak, to be the Spirit of love. In Christ we pray. Love's way forward for Jesus' close friends and followers, then and now, says Bert Gary, is through their pain. The Spirit will wither on the vine if you withhold or withdraw. Stay. Abide in love. Stay in relationship. Find common union. Find where the pruning is needed, the grafting is possible. Find that which is truly loving and life-giving as God would have it. Reverend William Sloane Coffin, now deceased himself, but had served many, many years with Riverside Church in New York City, sadly knew what it was to be broken-hearted and publicly, to have his son beat him to the grave, as he said. One of the sympathy cards he held onto after his son Alex was killed in a car accident had a quote from Ernest Hemingway's A Farewell to Arms. The world breaks everyone, says Hemingway, then some become strong at the broken places. Reverend Coffin's heart slowly mended. He said that love not only begets love, it transmits strength. It transmits strength. Put yet another way, Reverend Tom Owen Toole, we are broken people, you and me. What matters somehow is whether we become weak or strong at the broken places. Take a moment and let yourself relate to losses, your own, those in your family, those in your church family, those in your community, those in God's world. That's a mental health exercise. Say their names. Hear and allow for the pain. And listen for the love. For we are wired for relationship. The skilled work of tending the vines is part of today's message. It's the call, it's the challenge that comes with the comfort. And it is before us, among us today. We need to let ourselves and be of assistance in tending this vineyard. A long-time hospital chaplain teaches newcomers to the vocation that time and again terminally ill patients have spoken with him about death and the afterlife. Most are not interested in accommodations, but have a great hope for continuing relationship. It's not about the where, it's the to whom. They were more interested in whom they'll be living with than where. They speak of those who they love that have passed from this world, as well as those they're leaving in this world, praying that by the Spirit they can be and abide with them all. Our work as soul friends, as families of faith, is that of joinery, grafting, welding, including, making, hosting a place of belonging and becoming. Our work is uplifting mental health, well-being, is to be honest and upfront about the brokenness, the illness, about that being within our own lives and that of our families, our church, our society. When people tell me they've never come up with trying to know what it is to live with mental illness, I dare say I want to call them a liar. We have various mental illnesses, and we endeavor to live as those who contribute to the mental well-being that is still possible no matter the broken and fragmented lives we have, brains we have, and especially as we are living through COVID together. I watched a video this week that said, if it was true that humanity is meant to be the ideal that's put forward as North Americans, rugged individualism, we should have no problem with physical distancing and self-isolation. Why are people clamoring to get together? The pandemic is showing us that it is not who we are to be rugged individuals. Our mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health is best served when we can reclaim the ancient truth that it's impossible to survive on our own, that together we thrive. Even and especially through COVID, we need to restore cycles of connected, cooperative companionship. Yes, it takes a whole village. Emphasize whole. For the young, for the old, for those in the big middle. Basic needs need to be met. Healthy attachments need to be built. The core of who we are as not individuals, but people, needs to be nurtured. I hope, like me, you have seen and been truly inspired by images of pieces of pottery that have what's called, like in this slide, golden repair. Golden repair. It's a long-standing Japanese tradition of joinery called kintsugi. Broken pottery is repaired with lacquer, dusted or mixed with gold or silver or platinum. Repairs, damage, are not hidden, but illuminated. This tradition treats brokenness and repair as part of the story, part of the reality of an object or of the subject that is being crafted. It is something not to be disguised, but to be incorporated in the whole. Mental illnesses anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation, all these and more are not things to hide, not things to judge or stigmatize, not terms with which to define the whole of a person. They are not things to be ashamed of, or things that need to be hidden away. Our suffering are not magically transformed, but longing to become stronger in the places where we've been broken is central to our grieving, to our recovering, to our growing. Healing and wholeness are different than perfection. To have faith is to work at becoming stronger where we are broken, where we need a strength beyond our own strength. And it is about bearing fruits. Just imagine the varieties and the vintages that are possible when we all share in growing love. This is Jessie, well, a picture of Jessie, and the caption is "Meaningful work helps Jessie and all of us thrive." He's standing in the hydroponic greenhouse at Stella's Circle, which is in St. John's, Newfoundland. After a brain injury and the death of his mother, Jesse found himself homeless and sleeping in a storage unit. Now, thanks to employment training and support programs run by mission and service partner Stella's Circle, combined with his hard work, Jesse is a trained greenhouse technician. He leads a new social enterprise that grows produce for sale. One day, Jesse hopes to supply restaurants with the produce that he and others grow. What does work mean for him? It means maintaining a sense of independence. It means building confidence. It means instilling purpose. It means me feeling functional, says Jesse. Supporting job training and employment programs has never been more important. Because of the pandemic, 114 million more jobs were lost in 2020 than in 2019. 114 million jobs. 4 times more jobs were lost during the pandemic than during the global financial crisis in 2009. All of us work at something, whether we are paid or unpaid. When our values match what we spend time working at, we find deep meaning in life. People who are unable to work not only struggle to pay the bills, but their sense of meaning and self-worth suffers greatly. That's why your generosity through mission and service supports job training programs here at home and around the world. Meaningful work helps us thrive. Maybe that's why in the Bible, work is mentioned more than 800 times. In the Easter story, the work of Passover preparations set the table for Jesus' divine order. This is my body, given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Mission and service supports programs that help people find meaningful employment and/or renewed life. It's one of the ways you and I participate in God's holy, resurrecting work every day. Thank you for your generous support. Our worship is coming near its close. I pray that each one of us has found something to reflect deeper upon or live into as we've been led in worship today. Blessings on your day and on your time in having a Sabbath time, such that you can in turn be a blessing to others. God's vine has many branches. Our mission is to tend to every branch, to travel every road that calls us to branch out. May our love endanger every form of exclusion. We go, that it may be so. Nancy Steeves is a colleague in ministry in Southminster Steiner in Edmonton. Thank you, Nancy. May our love endanger every form of exclusion. We go, that it may be so. And we are going to hear and be led into singing along, if you can and want to. We are not alone. Our friends and their friends, Jim and Jean Strasty, share this closing song.
We are not alone. We are never alone. God is always with us. We are not